Blood Brothers podcast, a Five Pillars production.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, sisters, friends, and the foes out there, and welcome to another episode of the Blood Brothers podcast with your host, Dilly Hussain, and my co-host,
Aki Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Before I introduce today's special and esteemed guest, I want to remind everyone to subscribe to the Five Pillars YouTube channel. And of course, the avid podcast listeners, you know where to find us on all the major platforms. I have never done this before for any episode, but I'm going to make the exception today. Never have I told our viewers and our people to go subscribe to another podcast externally. Never done that. Today, I want you, if you believe us and you trust us and you support us and you follow us and you subscribe to us, I want you to just take 30 seconds of your time to go over to the GWL Grappling with Life podcast and subscribe to them and show them some love, because we have their founder today. He's an entrepreneur, none other than our brother Mohammed Yahiaoui, hailing from Hackney. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Do you know what? Do you know what, bro?
Did you feel like you're being introduced into a fight?
Let me tell you something. You know, I feel first to see Dilly do the introduction live is like watching, Wales or like do you know what I'm saying? You know what? Like when I went to Algeria, we were on a boat and I saw a whale for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it was like. I would equate it to this.
Really?
Yeah. 100%, bro.
What are you saying?
Alhamdulillah, bro. Firstly, I'm honoured for you guys to be here. To be honest, I've watched.
Where are we, by the way?
We're in Hackney, bro.
We're in your place?
Yeah, bro. This is deep. We grew up. I grew up literally 5 minutes away from here, and also I want to say, although I'm the founder, I say founder. I've got Zakaria here, Yahiaoui, who's my brother,
my brother.
and Imran,
of course,
Mafiq, Sayyid. I don't know what his house name is, but we'll figure out that later.
we just stick to Abu Dujana.
Abu Dujana, yeah. So without them, wallahi, there'll be no podcast.
Big up to the Grappling with Life team.
Barakallahu fik, yeah.
Let me tell you, one of the most, without throwing too much dirt on your face, one of the most powerful things about your podcast is its name.
Yeah.
Grappling.
Love the
with
name,
Life.
bro. Love the name.
Barakallahu fik, man.
Big name. Whose idea was that?
That unfortunately was my idea, bro.
Why unfortunately? I think it was fantastic.
Barakallahu fik. I think that the whole thing came about, I've been wanting to start a podcast for a long time. Actually, we started off. What was the first one we started?
Cloud something.
Grappling in the cloud.
No, it was about technology, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was nothing to do with grappling or anything.
Okay.
Cloud Lab. So when I first started my podcast, when I first started my business,
was it about how you're gonna clock man for making websites?
Exactly, bro. Exactly that. So it was about like so customers can hear, to get advice and tips on how to run business and all that stuff. So and then when the lockdown happened, bare free time in it. So I still had the mic and everything, and then I just went, you know what, let's just do something. And then I was talking with Khalid and Dr. Amir and everyone, and then was like, why don't we do it around this kind of stuff that we're doing?
So you made sure with them?
Yeah, I made sure. I always make sure with them, mashallah, yeah. So, and then I was like, okay, what we do? But because I didn't want it to be exclusively about, I didn't want it to be those nerdy podcasts that's just about wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So grappling is a strenuous activity, and life is like that, right?
Of course it is.
So I wanted to kind of combine the two. So that's where the name Grappling with Life came
We'll get into that more,
inshallah.
but let me start some quick fire situations.
Yeah.
You're on a boat trip.
Yeah.
7 days. You can take 5 people with you. I'm gonna offer you 2 people. You're gonna have to choose one. You can't be like, nah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's scaring me, bro.
Prince Nassim or Amir Khan?
That's not even a choice, bro.
Because it's Prince Nassim.
Of course, bro.
Khalas.
Bang, moving on.
Firstly, I thought it was Bengali for a long time, you know that?
I just realised he's Yemeni.
Yeah.
He moved like an East London
Bro,
guy.
he looks Bengali, bro. I'm sorry. And the way he moves as well.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the Bengali guys in my school, they
Claimed it quick.
Yeah, claimed
Oh,
it
you're
quick.
Nassim, yeah. My cousin, Nassim.
Exactly,
Bro,
exactly.
bro.
His house name is Munna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember Yemenis wear the lungi as well.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So,
the thing, because Yemenis,
Yeah, 100%.
Somalis, they know about the lungis.
and then my dad goes, no, he's Yemeni, man. And then I was like, it didn't kind of, so definitely Prince Nassim, bro.
Okay.
We won't say much about
Yeah.
my brother Amir Khan.
Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn?
Well, I have to take him on a boat with me, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have to coach with them for 7
You're gonna
days.
probably make a Muslim by the end of it.
You have to think about the ensemble you're creating
So
as well.
1 second, isn't one the other person's son? I'm buzzing.
What, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn?
1 second, who's Frank Warren? I know he's a boxing promoter.
Frank Warren is.
Frank Warren's a little bit older.
Yeah, he's a bit
He's got
older.
like a
He's got a bit of a comb over, he's a bit ginger looking.
Yeah, that guy. I thought they were
Like an old Max
related.
Branning kind of
Does
thing.
Eddie Hearn have a dad as
No,
well?
no, but it's not Frank Warren. So Yalla, you're taking Eddie. With
Eddie
you.
Hearn's the one that makes all the gifts and like
Nah,
funny jibes.
See,
and
Eddie Hearn would probably
the younger one.
Frank
Tyson.
Warren.
Yeah, it's with Tyson Fury.
Fast Fury.
Okay, no. Eddie Hearn's the Cockney one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
East London, Essex.
Exactly.
He's probably wind me up, you know that, bro.
Where Frank Warren's a bit older, he's with Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
Whereas-
no, I'll go. What's his name? Frank Warren. Yeah.
Okay. Khabib or Khamzat Chimaev.
Habib all the way, bro.
Okay.
That's not even a comparison, I think.
Khalid or Dr. Amir.
Bruv. Now you're causing fitna, though.
You have to choose one, bro.
Yeah.
If I could ask my dad which sons he would take, how can I not ask you if you take Khalid or Dr. Amir?
You could just flex it and say, look, this is a 7-day trip. I'll take the other one for a 6-day trip.
No, but you're saying I have to choose one or the other, bro.
Of course you have to choose. Or as Neva are joining you on the boat trip.
Wow. I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that one, bruv. I'll sink the boat before I have to choose one of them, bruv. But the thing, Dr. Amir is my older brother, bruv.
Okay.
He's my business partner.
Okay.
Uh,
And Ustad Khalid.
and Khalid is Maghrebi, bruv. He's a countryman almost, yeah. He's a bro. I value his counsel.
You know, let's move it. Let's do it like this. We're not
Bro.
gonna take Frank Warren. We're gonna take Dr. Amir. We're gonna take
Bro,
Khalid Ismail.
Yeah, I gotta take two of them. I
Drop
can't.
Frank Warren.
To be honest with you, I would probably annoy both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Amir's very like. Amir is. No, I can't choose.
You've put Muhammad in a situation.
Yeah,
now.
can you see the turmoil inside? him?
Exactly.
You have to, bro. Remember this: if there was a gun put to your forehead and you had to choose one, it is now.
Like, I'd rather get shot then, bro.
That's haram. You can't do this.
Why?
Because you can't. How are you gonna kill yourself? Oh, and when
I'm
you
not killing myself. You
You
said
are.
someone's pointing a gun at me,
You
bro.
have to choose one.
Yeah.
No, but I'm getting killed, bro. I'm not killing myself.
But you are.
Nah, I'd rather die, bro.
That's
It's like saying choose between your right or your left hand, bro.
Alhamdulillah for the relationship you have for both of them.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Mum or dad?
Nah.
You thought it was gonna get
Bro,
easier
you lads
after
are
that.
crazy, bro. You're nuts. You're nuts. You can't come with that slick hairstyle and then like do this to me,
Bro,
bro.
it's a 7-day boat ride, yeah.
Akhi.
Your mum or
But
your
Bobby, just take the hadith.
Okay.
I'll take my mum
Okay.
because of the hadith, and obviously I love my mum as well. Yeah, obviously,
Your dad or Zach?
I'll take my dad, bro. Zach.
Okay.
I would kill Zach before I take my.
Okay, so that's all right. How do you find that?
Don't
little
ask me
moment?
between Imran and Zach, bro. Please.
Imran and Zach then. You're leading it that way.
I don't want to go with any of them, bro. To be honest with you, I'd
Okay,
stay.
that's-
I'd let them go both on the boat themselves, bro.
But we can maybe revisit the Khalid and Dr. Amir one later.
Nah, bro.
No, we
Like,
have to.
like. Alright, well, let me warm up in it.
Anyway, look, listen, we're honoured to have you on, bro.
Barakallahu
And
fik.
Jazakallah khair for letting us use your space. I was looking really forward to this podcast. I was saying to Aki, there's lots to talk about.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let's get the entrepreneurial aspects of Mohammed Yahiaoui out of the way. What is it that you do for a living, my bro?
So, there's a few things apart from the podcast. Me and Zach opened up a web development
Okay.
and web app agency. So what we do is we build websites and databases, and we do business development. So for example, you guys buy and sell cars, right? For
Yes.
everything. Am I allowed to say that on?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Okay.
people know one.
Okay,
That's
right,
our
yeah.
hustle.
So, if you came to me, like I would build you a CRM database, yeah, where you could put all your cars in, yeah, and each car has a sales process, yeah. So someone calls up, right? So first you have to advertise the car. Someone calls up, they come and see the car, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then so basically what would happen is if you had someone working with you, that person will take the calls and basically log all the information on that car. So we had 100 inquiries on this car. There's bookings next week for. Does that make sense? So the database will hold all the interaction of your businesses. So that's one. We also build websites, which is the kind of like straightforward website, booking websites, all that type of stuff, and we also do business consultation. So sometimes your business might not be ready to. I'll give you an example. During the lockdown, a lot of businesses went under, loads, and we had a lot of customers call us and say, thank you for helping us. Because we would say to them, look, if you don't do this now, something's going to happen, and then your business is going to go under. When the pandemic happened, what did everyone's business tend to happen? It went online, right? Everything went online. So they were able to switch it very, very quickly. Yeah. So in short, that's what we do basically. And then I run a gym with Dr. Amir Legion.
And how long have you been doing that?
Oh, 2016. So 2016 means I registered the company.
Okay. 2018,
I left my other job, which I was actually teaching for 10 years.
You're a teacher?
Yeah. I was teaching young offenders and all this stuff.
Young offenders?
That's why I can,
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's really interesting.
For 10 years I was working basically youth work basically.
Youth work.
Yeah.
And the business that you're doing with Zach, the whole business development, website and all this kind of stuff, is it going well?
Alhamdulillah, yeah, it's going well, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Is there like a fixed rate or do you base on people's watches?
You're a journalist, isn't it, bro?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's different.
No,
I'm feeling different,
It's
bro.
different.
It's different, bro.
Are you having to sharpen up a bit?
Like, I'm like, well, you see me like fidgeting in my chair, bro.
Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. What was I going to say was...
Oh, by the way, I'm going to interrupt you one more time, yeah? He goes to us, just before we shot, get the camera here, bro. He goes, give me 30 seconds, let me gather myself.
Yeah.
He went into this kind of mode. I started sweating, bro.
Start writing Dr. Alif, Ismail, Mum, Dad.
He was killing me, bro.
Let's make it easy one. Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn.
Exactly. He lined me up. He got my chin in, and then boom.
Yeah, Nassim Hamid, that's an easy one.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
Yeah, oh, cool. That's it. Of course, that's an easy one. We always start with the easy one.
You're dangerous.
We
bro.
are yet to hear someone choose a Mekan of Nassim Hamid on the podcast. But I'll tell you.
Exactly. That's true, bro.
What I was going to say was, do you regret leaving the work with the young offenders and youth work?
Bro, I've done 10 years, bro. That's a bird.
It's a big bird.
And the thing is, I started off on the ground level, and then by the time I left, I was like one of the senior managers there, bro. Actually, almost director level. Yeah. So my job was less front line, more kind of.
Managing operations.
Yeah, but creating, like, so for example, one of our projects was we would organize summer programs for the whole of London, bro.
Wow.
So you're looking at 250 courses. And my job was to help write curriculum for them. I'd go meet head teachers, I'd go and meet teachers, like lobby schools to kind of, because there's a whole thing about...
Was this government funded? Had to be, surely.
It was, bruv, when I started in 2008. What happened in 2008, bro?
The recession.
Big recession.
So my first client, I say client, so what our programs would be run in conjunction with corporates.
Okay.
So I had an employability program that I ran for young offenders, and we partnered with Lehman Brothers.
Okay. Big in the game.
So think about it, who's the first bank to go down? It was Lehman Brothers, yeah? So my first day, I'm emailing people, and I'm getting bounce back emails saying this person has left, this person has left. Then the third day, that there was no, they gave us the money, so we took the money. The money already,
of course,
cash in the bank, baby. You understand?
Yeah.
But we delivered the program, but we had to go. We did it with Credit Suisse in the end. I had a really good. So I had best of both worlds. The corporate side, I learned a lot about how big business works, and then there's the community side. So with corporates, they're very guilty, innit? They'll give you 50 grand. They won't even ask for anything. They'll just say, give us a report at the end. That's it. Whereas council, how many Bengalis did you get? How many females? How many people that...
Deliverables.
Yeah, deliverables. You know what it's like, bro.
Yeah.
You're a social worker.
Of course, yeah.
Those reports, you spend more time doing admin, bro.
Of
yeah.
course.
So I like working with corporates.
They make you work for your money.
100%, yeah. But my best times was working with, my favorite cohort was working with young offenders, bro.
Yeah.
Because...
How many of them are Muslim?
Most of them Bengali, bro.
Most of them Bengali?
That's what I told you. I've got a PhD in being Bengali, bro.
Yeah, you will do.
I'm telling you.
You will do now.
And I had to learn the culture properly because I had to penetrate their minds, innit? So when they see someone like me going kita khoiso balani, all this stuff, yeah, bruv, immediately their guard goes down, bruv, and then I get in there and start massaging the hearts and the brains and all that stuff. Do you get me?
What did you find was a common reoccurring theme with Bangladeshi offenders? In London.
Bruv, drugs. Drugs, bruv.
The hard drugs.
Hard, like, man. You know, I was thinking back at it, bro. Like, it breaks my heart, bro.
What, they were shotting it and taking it?
No, I didn't deal with crackheads, bro. That's another department, bro.
I didn't know that. You know, like Kitabe. I don't know how bad the Kitabe got.
Yeah, no. The Kitabe was just from the selling side,
Okay,
bro. Yeah. So, it was girls. Like, I got an education, bro. So I'm from Hackney, yeah. We're not strangers to that type of stuff, yeah. But I wasn't really exposed, because, bro, I'm 38, yeah. So I wasn't exposed to Muslim drug dealers, bro. Very rarely, bro. Like, like from Muslim families, bro. Like, but then when I went into Tower Hamlets, like, Tower Hamlets is different, bro.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Mad.
That's interesting. I tell you why it's interesting,
Go on.
because obviously because of your demographic where you grew up, that wasn't obviously the people that would have been selling drugs or involved in that type of crime and work. And it's just interesting how, depending on the community you're from or where you grow up, what you're used to seeing or who you expect to be doing those things. So when you said that, it came as a surprise and a shock to you that there were people that were involved in drugs, selling drugs, or involved in it in somehow, some way, from Muslim families. It came as a shock to you. I clocked by your reaction when you said,
Man grew up only knowing
because that's
the thing.
That's where it came from.
And I give
Sadly,
you
that's where it
I
came
give you
from.
another thing, bro, that shocked me. Yeah, when I was growing up, no one would mess with Muslim girls. Non-Muslim and Muslim, no one would ramp with them, bro. If they're wearing hijab, it's like you don't even. They were shy of them. I'm being serious. My generation,
No, 100%.
That's
shy.
changed. That's changed now.
100%.
now it's like the opposite. It's like they want to go and mess with those girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is this happening? If I tell the stories that I've
It's sickening, man.
and go on.
No, go on.
No, I would say, just to go back to what you said about Bengalis.
Yeah.
I looked at them as Algerians in France. Same the parallels. Yeah. But Tower Hamlets is like, it's almost like District B13, bro, or whatever it's called. Was it?
Is this District B13?
D13 will I'll come on the film.
Yeah.
So you've got Canary Wharf. So imagine this. I can't say this word properly. Say it for me, please, bro.
Which word?
Statistic. I said it right.
Statistics.
Sorry, yeah. Statistic. Yeah. Statistically, Tower Hamlets is the richest borough in the daytime and the poorest borough at night.
100%.
Because of Canary Wharf and all the kind of financial district.
In the daytime.
In the daytime. At night, everyone takes their wealth and goes back.
Chip.
Actually, takes on train. Straight
Gotham,
out.
innit? It's Gotham.
Gotham, exactly like that, bro.
It's Gotham, bro.
I don't wanna. So you got ELM.
And it's got the highest concentration of Muslims in the United Kingdom.
There you go, bro.
And then it's Newham after that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Newham has the highest rate of TB in Europe, bro. You know that.
That's awesome.
And when you start looking at teenage pregnancies, when you look at the statistics, another thing as well about Bangladeshis, I say Bangladeshis because they're the majority, yeah? Obviously, there's other races that I dealt with, but I'll give you an example. They never, ever travel outside. Look, think about this, yeah? I think it was like over 90% don't travel outside the borough. So think about Tower Hamlets, they don't even go to Newham. They don't even go to West End.
Locked in.
Because everything's there, bro. If you've been Tower Hamlets,
Listen to this
you
one.
got Kebabish, you got like the PFC, you got
The man them.
the man there. Why do I need to go anywhere, bro?
The missus is from the borough of Newham, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
specify
let's not specify it, yeah.
It was
So was mine, by the way.
It was our anniversary not too long ago. I took her to the West End. She said, being a London girl, born and bred, I've never seen this part.
It's mad, innit?
It's mad, innit? That's crazy.
I didn't see Big Ben till I was 18.
Raw, I saw Big Ben before you.
Yeah, did you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We saw Big Ben when Mess took us when out.
Yeah. Our sister took us when we were young, took us on a tour of
But I'm
central
sure,
London.
like, I don't know what Bedford's like, yeah? But what's like similar to Big Ben over there, bro?
Bloody hell, John Bunyan statue. By the way, John Bunyan was actually an interesting man. He wrote the Pilgrim's Progress. He was a Roman Catholic rebel against the Protestants. That's what Bedford's known for. It's a town of rebels.
Right. It's so apt.
Yeah. look, Bedford as a town is. I always describe it as the right suburban balance between a multicultural urban city, but quiet enough to have its
rural aspects,
suburban
village
areas.
aspects.
People commonly associate it to Luton. There are similarities to Luton.
Yeah. It neighbours Luton.
There's a lot of connections between Bedford and Luton, especially between the Muslims, especially the Pakistani community.
A lot of the local authority work overlaps.
Yep.
As pan-Bedfordshire local authorities.
So you'll find that whatever happens on the streets of Luton tends to affect what's happening in the streets of Bedford.
Yeah.
On various levels.
Family, relatives,
narcotics,
tribesmen,
gangs, beef, whatever you call it, politics.
Yeah.
Pakistani MPs who run in Bedford, they're linked to people who are linked to Luton. So very linked up. We grew up in a town which was because in London I appreciate mixed gangs is a thing, right?
Yeah. Not in Tower Hamlets, is it? But yeah.
In Bedford,
most areas.
In Bedford, mixed gangs is a recent thing. Generally speaking, it was Pakistani/Asians, blacks, and that was really it.
No whites.
Not really. Not in the main town. No.
So Bedford, is it predominant? Is it like Bradford? So I'm
it's
being
not.
very
No.
ignorant. Sorry,
It's
bro.
cool. No.
But is it like? Well, because I went to Bradford.
It's
I
not
was
nothing
actually
like
shocked,
Bradford.
bro.
No, it's
What's
not.
the population of Bedford? 120k?
If you include the surrounding villages, 150,000.
150k. Of which, how many would you say are South Asian?
I would say maybe about 25,000.
Oh, okay, so minority still.
Yeah, it's not minority.
But obviously,
But
And they'll be
concentrated.
in their wards where they're mostly
we have
populated.
so the main area is Queen's Park, where we're from. That's the manor, that's the hood. Its equivalent in Luton is Berry Park.
Right.
And those two areas have rich connections.
Is there beef between you?
Sometimes
There has been.
Sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. But there's relatives and people and tribes people from each. So.
But I want to go there, bro. I want to. You know what that is? The other day, I was thinking, bro, I had enough of Hackney, bro. Wallahi, bro. Bro, I was driving. You see where you parked up? You see where I said turn? Yeah. I'm turning. No. I'm actually on the traffic. You know where on the island, yeah? This guy's turning. The guy goes to, you know those waste man that walk really slow?
Yeah.
Like the guy goes, come on, hurry up. He pulls out a DeWalt hammer, bruv.
Come on.
Starts chasing the car. I was like, what is wrong with you? Went to zero. He didn't even argue with him, bruv. He just pulled out the hammer. He probably had his own issues anyway. But and when I saw that, I was like, bro, I'm done with this place, you know that, bro.
No, but you see that kind of mazza elsewhere, bro.
No, but you can't be dealing with
but
that.
I'm
man.
looking at village life, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But those white folk, bruv. I don't know if I can handle all that. Where are you from? And all that rubbish, man. I can't handle
It's
that.
hard to handle.
The first problem you have halal meat and masjid. That's the first problem you're gonna have in the village. But we do have beautiful villages. Generally speaking, when we were growing up, we saw Muslim drug dealers.
Right.
It was around. We saw it. It was in our doorstep.
So what is it like? So just. I know I'm interviewing you now.
No,
bro.
it's
No,
cool.
it's cool.
This-
We're
this-
chatting.
this-
You
this
know,
happens when two podcasters meet,
so you know Bedford, yeah? Like,
I think you'd like Bedford.
I think I would, bro.
I think you'd like Bedford.
I like you guys, so I'll probably like
it's a
Bedford,
good
bro.
balance.
There's lots of Muslims, bro.
There's-
But what is it like? Is it like Home Alone? You know those the
No,
road-
Let me describe Bedford.
Go on.
Bedford is a town.
Yeah.
So it has its busy aspects.
Yeah, go on.
It has a town centre. You'll see people, different colours, and it has its own communities.
Right.
So as a town, it has wards. It has its ends. It's the white ends. It's the black ends. It's mixed ends, white and Indians. This one's Bengali town centre.
Right.
In the town, the Bedford, the Bedford town centre is mainly populated by the Bangladeshi community.
Is that where you are?
No, we're from Queen's Park. Queen's Park neighbours town centre,
It's off the bridge.
which is mainly the Pakistani community, but we were born and raised there. You know, there's masajid.
Right.
Because there's closer communities, people know each other more. There's a vibe. Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful. We
So
like.
check up on your neighbours and all that stuff.
No, look, you'll find people that are more intrusive than others, but generally speaking,
I know you said introvert, you said intrusive.
yeah. So
You did the opposite.
Introvert, intrusive.
you know, in terms of like how close does a community get, it's as
Right.
close as you want a person to be to you.
Right.
So you look, there's a good mix of Muslims from various backgrounds. In different parts of Bedford, you'll get Muslims who are from Africa, Muslims who
but
are
it's still
Arab.
predominantly Pakistani people.
Of course, I'm talking about the mix.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the presence of Muslims from different backgrounds.
Any Algerians there?
Yes, they are
Yeah,
Algerians.
yeah,
Alhamdulillah, yeah, they are our
They're
brothers.
troublemakers, innit? Be honest.
No.
Now be honest, bro.
They keep themselves to themselves.
What
They're
I found,
outspoken, innit?
They keep themselves to themselves.
Do they?
yeah. And maybe because it's not a sizable community.
We don't care about that though. That's
Exactly, but they are older. They are from the older generation, and they're a lot more established.
Right.
And
You have to
been there, done that, probably.
Right, yeah,
I say this on the podcast because a lot of people are.
01234 as well. People need to remember that Bedford's number code is 01234. That's something special, don't you think?
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
So you know how London would be old.
Slow.
Why did you have to work that out?
I'm so
You didn't know what I was talking about.
The way you said it, bro. You said 01234. I would say 012. No, you're right. Okay, I've just had a brain fart, bro. I apologize.
But listen.
And talking of Gotham and all that, a lot of these Christopher Nolan movies, a lot of the sets were filmed in Bedford.
Tell them where.
In the Carlton Hangars.
Man's getting an education, bro.
I'm getting educated.
You watch Inception?
Yeah.
You know that famous scene in the elevator where they're flipping around, fighting? That's
Bedford.
filmed in Bedford.
Where in Bedford, bro?
Carlton Hangars.
They're big hangars where they used to formerly keep, World War aircraft.
Oh, right.
But they've just turned it into sets. Warner Bros. Actually owns it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Not
go
that we're getting any love from them. I'm just saying, innit? It's a Bedford thing, innit?
We could drive past it, though. I think the one girl from In Between is if you ever watched it, she's from the but who gives a crap about her?
What is that? Who's else from Bedford? Is it Roxy? Roxy from EastEnders?
Ronnie from EastEnders.
Yeah, Ronnie. You know Ronnie and Roxy from EastEnders, two sisters.
But I stopped watching EastEnders when Nigel was there, bro.
Oh, okay.
Do you get me?
Yeah,
Nigel and
like Minty and them, man.
Minty.
That's mad.
Minty.
But look, I think when
Let me just change your crankshaft, mate.
Yeah, sweet, bro. Yeah.
a lot of Muslims forget that whether you like it or not, on a demographic one, 65 to 70% of all Muslims in the UK are from South Asia. And from that group, the biggest group is obviously Pakistanis, then Bengalis, and then obviously Indians who tend to be from Gujarati. So 6 to 7 out of 10 Muslims in the UK are from that neck of the woods. So it comes as no surprise that they'll tend to fill up numbers in most areas just by the virtue of how many there were and the kind of post-war migration. I think most people would like Bedford.
Yeah.
I think most Muslims would like Bedford because I think it's the right balance between a busy urban city full of Muslims to one where there's enough Muslims, enough facilities, the community is established and there's enough of us, but not literally,
like falling on top of each other.
Exactly.
So
you get that sense of community. You have your people there. You'll have your space as well. And most of the hang-ups you get from a busy city, you won't find.
Yeah, I like sounds good, man. You're selling it, bro. You're selling it.
Yeah,
what's the house prices like, bro? Honestly?
Okay, so
Well, it's nothing like London.
Three bedroom semi-detached, you're looking at 250 to 300.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
What about 5 bedroom? Because I got
5 bedroom, you're now looking at 350 to 450.
Shut up.
Serious?
100%.
Serious. Nice big one, bro.
Garden, everything, yeah.
When you visit me and you come see the size of the
Do you
bed,
live by yourself?
me and the missus, yeah, but
as in
parents.
not with
not with the parents, no.
Okay,
My older
right.
brothers is with the parents.
Oh, okay.
When you see the size of our bedrooms, you'll be like, this is.
A man's flexing on me one time.
No,
We're
just
trying
talking-
to sell it to you.
They're trying to sell it to you, bro.
Travel
the land a little bit and you'll get big bangs for your buck.
I'm not joking.
But before Bedford,
I've been
you have
thinking
Luton.
about it.
You have Watford.
I've been Luton, bro.
Watford?
Yeah.
You see, Mohammed's face. I've been Luton. I've tried that.
Can I tell you what happened to me in Luton, bro? We're coming back from Leicester. I was like, I hear Luton, yeah. I heard they got good food there or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know who told me that. Anyway, I stopped over in the car park,
Yeah.
I come out, I see this massive white guy.
Yeah.
Just because my wife wears niqab,
Yeah.
He's just bogging me, bruv. I've never used the word bog, you know.
Yeah.
I've never used the word bog. I've been with you guys and you say bogging, innit?
Yeah.
No, do we?
No.
Nah.
So who says bogging then?
Someone in
I
America.
just made it up, bro.
You just made it, but even
Anyway, he looks at me and I'm looking at him and I thought he just wanted to say hello, innit? And then he's like, and then he starts walking towards me.
The white man in Luton really want to say hello to a Muslim.
Yeah, bruv. And I felt the
heat.
I thought, there's going to be an altercation here, man. So I just kind of like, exit stage left, got into the fish and I thought there was just like a wasteman in the area. Went to the fish and chip shop. It was like someone dropped out from the sky, bro. Like I was like Mr. Bean, when he fell out from the thing. Everyone's looking at me like, it was like, those cowboy films where someone walks into the saloon.
He's like, who's this new fella?
Like, come on, the guy's waiting for me, bruv. Yeah? So he comes up to you, he goes, what are you doing here? Like that.
But what part of Luton did you rock?
I don't know, wallahi, I don't know. It was just like,
because that doesn't sound.
Because that's never gonna happen.
not
in
wrong.
Birmingham.
I'm telling you, bro. That's what he said to me.
Okay. But it's interesting.
And
because
then how did this altercation
I
conclude?
said, listen, I'm not the one, bruv. Like, keep it moving, bro.
Okay. So let me just tell
And
you.
did he keep on moving?
He did, bruv.
I think you like Bedford. You need to come visit us.
I need to come visit, wallahi, bro. Because I was
100%.
thinking, You know, bringing up your kids in, bro. I want one generation is enough. My kids will every time school's over, my kids don't have phones. Then I said, look, when you hit 18, then we'll talk about it, innit, bro. Yeah? Smartphones, nothing, bro. Not even a dumb phone.
How you entertain? How are you keeping them entertained?
It's the 90s, bro. Oh, entertained. There's other things, innit?
Tell us some things, then.
Wrestling, bro.
Scrappy, isn't it?
Yeah, wrestling. No, bro, they train every day.
Alhamdulillah.
Weekends is Quran and
Learning.
Sitting at home, bro. So I can't have them. I can't have them outside, bro.
You got them the right way.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you, bro? But I do like if any parents are listening, don't give your kids smartphones. Don't be dumb.
Okay, what about the ones who've already given it now? What do you advise them?
Take it away, bro.
But that's like
you're
cold turkeying them.
Doesn't matter. They're your kids. They belong to you, bro.
Okay.
Like, do you see what I'm saying? You're paying the bills. Bro, look. That's not even a conversation, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just do it.
Okay, so look.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so look. What happens is, I love these digressions are good ones.
Yeah, 100.
We've not even touched what we were supposed to talk about.
Sorry,
I like
bro,
it.
man.
No,
it's cool.
I'm enjoying the conversation.
This is it, yeah.
What do you do when a mum needs to catch on some sleep, do some housework,
Yeah.
right? So she just plonks the kid with a tablet. That's when
Yeah.
they're about that's when they're about 3, 4, 5 years old.
Yeah, that's different, bro, man.
Okay, so at what point are you supposed to lock it off then?
But I can't tell you a little thing that happened to me, bro.
Go on.
So, like, bruv, don't get me wrong. Don't think I don't give my kids iPad or whatever, yeah? We try and keep a close eye on things, yeah?
Of course.
But I remember when they were little, you'd get these free apps, free games, yeah? And what do you have to do in some games? You have to watch the ad before you can play.
Yeah,
Of course,
100%, of course.
Before you can close it.
Before you can close it.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I didn't, again, you got so many things going on in your life, yeah? A little one's playing with it, and I'm just watching him playing with it, yeah? I'm just sitting there watching. And then I see him just looking at this advert, bro. There was nothing, fruity, yeah? It was just like a standard advert, innit?
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was. It was something dumb, bro. And he's just waiting there. And then for the little X to come on, he X'd it off. And I was like, these mans are trying to sell to my kid. That's when I was like, nah, this is not happening, bro. I bought the app straight away, bro. I'd rather spend money and buy the app.
Yeah, and avoid that.
Then it kind of like, so what we do is we try and, like, during the lockdown was tough. I had to play PlayStation with them, bro. We done like FIFA tournaments, all this sort. We had to, innit? Do you get me? Because you can't go outside. There's only so many press ups you can do, bro. Do you get me? Well, I had to buy mats in the house. We were scrapping in the yard. But one time, I'll show you the video after, yeah? So I'm hearing, star! You know that, yeah? I think, what's going on? I said, you know the video? I go, what's going on? They've taken all their tops off, yeah? And they're slap fighting. You know, like full blast, and I was about to stop them, but I didn't.
You allowed it.
I just stayed at the doorway, bro. I was just like,
See what's going on.
yeah. I just walked away, bro. I let them finish it, and until someone started crying, and then you do one of these ones from the other room. Hey,
That's a proper Bangladeshi.
yeah, hey,
Get out of there!
hey, Marmo. Yeah. So I digress. So it's tough, bro. Like 4 years old, 5 years old.
It's an attention thing, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. But again, what it's doing to them, their brain chemistry, is we don't know yet. Do you understand? But I think when they get to when they hit their an age where they can not do it. I'll give you an example. How many times in your childhood have you spent doing absolutely nothing, bro? In your bedroom.
I couldn't say.
Bare times, bro. You're just like this.
But the reason I say I couldn't say is because it must have been such an unremarkable moment in my life that I can't even recall it.
Yeah,
but yes, the thing is, we shared bedrooms for so many years.
Yeah. But I'm saying, I'll give you an example, bro. But I'm saying doing nothing is chatting to your brother, bro.
Okay, cool.
Not even
I
with
thought you meant
a-
like I'm in the can and I'm
Not
just...
something, because I'm the eldest, yeah, and this guy's a waste man, innit? I can't have a conversation with. Like when I was 10, he was like a brand new. Do you understand? So he just peel off the sticker from my smartphone. You know what
So that's us and my older brother Mohammed.
Yeah, it's like that, bro, yeah.
With me and Aki, Practically.
Yeah, so you're like...
My
thin.
parents would say we should have been twins.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So my kids, I made sure that I didn't have big gaps between them, innit?
Okay.
So we just went... and then... So
There you
they've
go.
got
Carry on.
friends, innit? Yeah, they got friends. So we done it 2-2.
Okay, that's
and
good.
Then 2-2. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Look,
Wicked.
you know, bringing it back onto like, you know, we've spoken about certain things about our areas.
Yeah.
That, you know, certain situations. Your situation in Luton, you know, certain realities that we had growing up, you dealing with in your previous employment, Bengali Muslim offenders. Let's talk a bit about manlyhood.
Yeah.
What you really want to talk is man taking that's what you want to talk about. That's just
You're a man who just said that you ideally don't want the kids to be out too much.
Yeah.
You have a certain regime for them,
Yeah.
which you feel is much better and beneficial for them. Training, Quran, and other things that doesn't necessarily entail studying. That doesn't necessarily entail social media, going out and about too much.
safe, monitored entertainment.
To the best of my ability, bro. Like we all make mistakes.
Of course.
100%.
I'm not trying to, again, I don't want to make parents that are listening to this feel bad about themselves.
No.
Because I make bare mistakes.
No, but they
bro.
should reflect.
Yeah, we should learn.
100%.
Muslim,
But there's certain red lines, innit? Like having your kid having a smartphone, wallahi, I'm telling you, it's only bad. It's only bad. Bro, I'll give you an example. My kids leave the house in the morning. I have no, if they're at school, they're at school. Between the time they leave school and they're at home, I have no idea where they are. And what I mean by that is I can't call them.
Of course.
But I've taken that risk because I'd rather have that anxiety of them not having a phone.
Why do you get them a little blower phone?
Nah, bruv.
Not even like a burner,
Nah.
nothing. No.
Not even 2 cups, bruv. Not even... Because I tell you why. What's going to happen?
What it leads to.
Bruv, you're going to have a phone, you're a 13-year-old boy, leave it at that, yeah?
That digit's gonna get passed.
Yeah.
Even if I take the phone, bruv. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's like using Morse code.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's how you use
100%.
Morse
You
code.
know what we're like, bro.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. 100%.
Look, I guess one of the conversations I wanted to have with you today, bro, is Muslim men
Yeah.
who are generally, you know, they would describe themselves as practicing, right? Now, there's no such thing as this is the correct definition of practicing, But the way we tend to describe practicing is this. Do correct me if I've omitted or anything, if you want to add anything.
Okay.
A man who prays his salah. A man who is known not to commit major sin publicly. So he's not a fasid.
Yeah.
The guy is not known to be a gambler or a drinker or a womanizer or a shotter and these kind of things, he tries his utmost best to refer to Islam in as many affairs of his life. Anything else?
No, I think that's spot on.
And then and with sisters of
Not spot on as in that's the correct definition. Spot on is in terms of how we understand it.
Yeah, so he prays. He's not known to commit major sin publicly, and he tries referring to Islam as much as he can. For the sisters, it's the same thing, but they wear at least a hijab.
Can I add something?
Properly, that is.
Can I add something? I think the explanation you gave is spot on. I'd probably say it's a practicing person is someone who's actually trying to refer to Islam as much as they can in their life.
Islam is central to learn.
Yeah, it's important.
They make mistakes.
Yeah,
they
of course.
But
it's important.
We all make mistakes.
100%. But it's important enough for them to try act according to it, for it to have some kind of centrality, reference point. It's their moral anchorage, right?
And people should know that Islam features in this person's life heavily.
Like someone said to me, tell me about Mohammed Yahiaoui, give me a character reference. We'd give a character reference accordingly, as you would do with us.
And Islam will feature in that reference.
100%. So that caliber of men, right? How much forbearance do you think they should show someone who is trained in grappling and wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well? Yeah. How much forbearance do you think a practicing Muslim man should show when it comes to tolerating violations?
Right. So I'm going to first thing clarify what forbearance means, yeah?
Yeah, forbearance just means kind of mercy.
Mercy.
A bit of mercy, patience, understanding.
Biting the tongue.
Making
excuses.
Okay, so...
Holding it down.
Rephrase that question.
So if Zach vexes you out, you show him...
Don't use Zach as an excuse.
But you must show him some forbearance as an older brother.
Too much forbearance, bro.
Okay, khalas. So what I'm asking you is, as a Muslim man, right, who Islam does feature centrally in your life, we all make mistakes, and you also train in wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to tap man out, snap their limbs and all them kind of things. No, but it is what it is.
Get tapped out and get...
Okay, but on a real life, if one of your students was to do that to someone and there's no ref to tap them out and stop the fight, they can potentially snap limbs, right? How much patience and forbearance should a Muslim man show to other Muslim men who perhaps show disrespect or violate them or say things that, you know...
Yeah.
What do you think?
You should be able to demand respect.
100%.
I'll give you an example, yeah? This is an extreme example. I like Westerns.
I love Westerns.
Yeah?
How can you not
Everyone
love Westerns?
carries a gun. Yeah? So you got to be careful how you chat to people, bruv. Yeah?
Or else it's getting drawn.
That's it.
If you draw your gun, that means you have to be prepared to die, bruv. In a Western movie.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't feel like, as a man, you should walk around looking for trouble, bruv.
Never that.
I don't think you should be an arrogant person.
All of this is a haram.
And there's, I would, but ask my brother, ask my dad. My dad used to get angry at me because I would give a lot, I would allow a lot of things. Wallahi, bruv. Even to this day, I'd allow a lot of things, yeah? But there are red lines. You understand what I'm saying to you?
100%.
If I'm in with my wife, I'm not giving you a chance. If anything is said to my women folk, you're not getting a chance.
That's out the window now.
Yeah, I will talk to you after you get dealt with. That's not a problem. It doesn't necessarily have to be violence, bro. But you need to know what time it is, bro.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
And by the way, we're not talking about violence here.
No.
We're just saying
demanding respect, bro. Do you
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
of course, 100%.
If you're with your mum, if you're with an elder, if I'm with an elder and I see another person disrespect an elder, I'm dealing with you, bro. I'm not gonna be quiet. My students, kids, I've roasted kids, bro, in front of their parents.
Because the way they are with their parents.
Bro, the other day the kid said, "Shut up" to his dad. I said, "You say that one more time, I'll chuck you out the window, bro." But he was 6 years old. I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
You don't say shut up to your dad. You want to say it to him behind closed doors? Don't say that. Don't say that to me, bro.
100%, bro.
Not in front of your dad, bro.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because your dad, I respect your dad. So that means you have to respect him, bro.
100%.
So these things, but also you have to be merciful, bruv. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't want people to listen to this and think we're going out there bullying people, bruv.
Never done.
But respect and fear is two completely different things. Now for me,
this sounds like a Bronx tale.
yeah,
I like this. No,
100%,
do you know what?
100%.
Alhamdulillah, this is good,
Because
man.
respect is not fear. Being scared of someone doesn't mean you respect them, bro.
100%.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like my dad's
You can
65
dislike
years old.
you dislike a person you fear.
Of course.
You can dislike. You can dislike a person you fear.
Bruv, do you still have respect your dad?
Of course, brother.
Do you
Immense.
fear your dad?
Absolutely.
So do I, bruv. Like he's 65 years old. I could probably take him down. He's got a mean sprawl though.
Yeah.
Like even him, a few times he's like, don't think,
Yeah.
I'm 65, I'll bang you up. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, till this day...
He's still got a psychological edge over me.
Bro, till this day, my dad still says to us,
Yeah.
we've done this training in rugby,
Yeah.
Madison board,
Yeah,
done all
that's
this,
it. Yeah.
cross country, we've done all this. Yeah, this is nothing.
But also, if it's like he's got that psychological edge over you because he's your father, innit? Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So that for me, practicing, not practicing, like let's get to the respect level, then we can start talking about practicing, bruv. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Practicing doesn't mean that I compromise myself. It's how I attain my respect. I'll give you an example, yeah? So if you disrespect me and I'm a practicing person, you're going to get dealt with, but in a practicing way.
Basically.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm not going to F and blind.
Yeah,
I'm not going to transgress on your family.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to come to you. I'm not going to attack you while your back's turned.
Yeah.
I won't attack you full stop.
Yeah.
If you can say for me, you can say whatever you want to me. There's certain things you can't say. If you say anything against Rasul or my religion, bro, I'm not even talking to you, bro.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
That's
you say anything about my mum or my dad or my family,
You're gonna get boxed.
it's gonna, and then we can be friends after that. But you're gonna get banged up. It's gonna happen, bro.
Of course, sir.
Do you see what I'm saying?
100.
But also, I don't want people to listen to this, especially if there's any young people listening there, and think that you're going around walking like a jabbar, bro, with your chest out. And
Never done.
Be respectful, especially when you do martial arts. You gotta learn that. For me, I get humbled on the mat every single week, bro. Wallahi, for me, you might see my site, bruv. There's 100 guys in the gym that will weigh me in, bruv. I get that, and do you see what I'm saying?
No, that's look.
Standard.
That humility, my brother, is something which I know most brothers. I mean, there's something Khalid said to man just not too long ago. He was saying to me, we've got this little project coming up after Ramadan, inshallah. And one of the things I spoke to him about was the issue of ego, right? The Khalid, listen, man, I'm going to come on camera and people can see my vulnerabilities. You know, people don't see weaknesses. He said, yeah, there's always a bigger fish than you, and there's a bigger fish than me.
Yeah.
He goes, and what? He goes, the point of the matter is that ego needs to be crushed. This badman attitude thing needs to be done. But that's not, I guess, what we were talking about here.
No. I
Can
hear
I
what
give you
you
an example?
Go on.
Yeah, please.
Say Habib came up to me and started gunning my mum. Think I'm not going to fight him?
Come on, bro.
Obviously, he won't do it,
Yeah.
but he's a respectful person. But I'm saying, I don't care who it is, bro. I don't care if he's going to kill me, bro. But I can't be how do I say it?
You have to move.
How am I going to live myself? What, someone... Do you see what I'm saying?
You have to move.
I don't care who it is, bro.
It necessitates that.
Yeah.
That's the only outcome.
Then fine. If this is my end, then khalas, it's fine, bro.
Has
But
to be
I'm not gonna like because I've been around fighters, yeah, and I've been around some guys that are arrogant, yeah, and I've had to put some people in their place verbally, but if you look at technique wise, they're probably. But bro, I'll grab a bat, bro.
Has to be done.
Whatever I have to do, bro.
I think
do you see what I'm saying?
you could teach lessons
not
in different
arrogant
ways,
way,
innit?
but I'm not gonna let you disrespect me, bro.
And
Do you see what I'm saying?
I think that's what the point is. The point here is, we already know the prophetic position is one of mercy,
Yeah.
compassion, and forbearance,
Yeah.
especially to another Muslim.
Yeah.
In fact, we are only exclusively talking about Muslim to Muslim.
Yeah.
Not that we would act any different to a non-Muslim, but there is that extra forbearance and love, mercy, and compassion to a Muslim.
That's right.
But there has to be red lines, my brother.
Yeah, 100%.
A man is no man without no red lines. I say this, my dad always told us this. If you are a man, you have no red lines, then what do you stand for? What is it that you represent? What is it that moves you? Do you understand? So I think that even things like how you're addressed publicly is important.
Yeah. So for me, when I'm with my sisters, they hate me for this though, by the way, yeah? Like Eid Day, like in the park, I'm like, don't hug me in front of next man. That's just how I am, innit? Like, I don't want people to know who my sisters are, bro. Do you see what I'm saying?
100%.
They're all
Yeah, I hear you.
practicing brothers, yeah? But I'm not saying that's the Islamic position on something.
No, for my
but for me,
I would argue it is.
No, from my understanding, but from what we've taught from our teachers and stuff, you should not show affection, physical affection to women folk in public.
yeah, exactly.
100%.
Excessiveness. It shouldn't.
Yeah,
It shouldn't
but
be that.
obviously it's Eid Day, it's in the park.
Of course, 100%.
But for me, I was like, look, we can do it at home, bro. But then obviously they get a bit kind of like, you're a waste man. What are you being like that for? Obviously, your sisters, innit?
Of course, of course.
You get me?
100%.
Of course, of course.
But and as I got older, I've softened up on certain things, yeah. But there's red lines, bro. Like I don't, for example, if I used to hate it, bro. Yeah, when I'd see men with women, and they would flex in front. But for me, that's the weakest individual, bro.
Describe some of the flexing.
Like in college, bro. Like you know, it's to wind me up. In college, yeah, I've never ever like I got married at 21. You understand? I never ramped with any outside of marriage. Nothing ever, bruv. Never had a relationship. Never had nothing like that. I wasn't interested. MashaAllah. This is what shout out to my dad, bruv. Yeah, he put the fear of God in us, bruv.
Alhamdulillah. Allah bless your father and your mother.
Wallahi, bruv. Like, and he kept. And for me, I did it because I didn't want to. Not that I didn't have the desire, but I was like, I don't want to disrespect my family, bruv.
Yeah.
And also
That's
disrespect
beautiful,
someone
man.
else's family.
That's beautiful.
100%.
So Valentine's Day in college.
Box office.
Sorry, bro, but I hate to bring it up. The Asian brothers, man.
Yeah.
Habibi.
Your brother,
The Janitos.
They love it.
Yeah, but we love it. I know.
They love it. They love red
Bro,
roses, isn't it?
Red roses, white suit.
Yeah, come on. They're moving like
You
Liverpool
remember,
FA
bruv?
Cup final.
Yeah, bruv. Like, and
Spice
then,
Boys.
And then you'd see...
Imran's screwing. He's going, what am I going to do my wedding day now? He's screwing.
Imran's good.
No, but that's
Imran's fine.
But bro, that's the... You know when you know it's with your wife, be romantic with your wife. It's fine, bruv. Yeah? But college, and then there's 30 girls with one man, and he's there like all like, you know...
Choreographing thing.
All that stuff. You know, they start moving their heads like this, and they start mean mugging everyone. Bruv, a few times, wallahi, bruv.
Them
I'm not
bloody
joking.
German suplexes.
Let's just say we had to kind of like regulate, bruv.
Alhamdulillah, bro. But listen,
Because that's it. Like, so for me, Rajula is not being a man. Is not being a tyrant. Number one. Number two is respecting women. That's important, bro. I give you an example. You know, this whole Me Too movement,
Yeah.
When I used to work, the whole not shaking hands, not being alone. We used to have meetings, right? And I said to them, we have to have it in. I don't want to go into a room with you one-on-one, And they'd find me weird. Then when the Me Too thing happened, I said, you see? You see?
Yeah. All made sense.
Why are we gonna wait for shit to
Not
hit the fan
because I'm
first?
a scumbag, but because I need to protect myself, bro. Because you could say anything.
Absolutely. And wow.
Absolutely. This is spot on.
I say something though, just to wrap up on this kind of like manlyhood, practicing men, all that kind of thing, I think there's a near consensus, but we're not saying man to be oppressive.
No.
Avoid conflict, especially with your brothers. But I think this perception of practicing men are pushovers, or that brothers were once something before Islam, or as in before they became practicing, and after they become practicing, they just become
Deflated.
and just like and it's like, and that somehow is all of a, it's like a green light to be spoken in a particular way. All of a sudden,
It's liberties, isn't it?
People, you're expected to
I've
be
had
valid.
that before, by the way. People say, I thought you were practicing. I've had that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say, though.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that, brothers, if you are practicing, don't let go of your red lines. Yeah, red lines and values and a framework is important.
And if you don't have no red lines, start drawing them.
Yeah, because you need to
Pull
have
out your red pen and start drawing them lines around you.
Well, who are you, bro?
Yeah, because
Like, what kind of man are you, bro? Another thing as well, bro. And I want to shamelessly plug my gym,
please.
Legion Grappling Academy.
Yallah.
Any gym that's close to you. If you're a man, you don't train.
Why didn't you say it loud enough? What was the name of the gym?
Oh, Legion Grappling Academy,
Legion,
yeah?
come on,
And obviously Khadisma Academy as well. I have
course,
to plug
come
that
on.
as well, bro. So if you're in the East London area, come down. Yeah.
100.
But you need to be humbled, because sometimes to be a man, you have to be humbled first.
100%.
To know where your basement is.
Absolutely.
And you build up from there.
Absolutely.
But wallah, if you don't train, and I don't mean go and push weights. That's part of it. If you're going to do a combat sport, even if it's fencing, bro. Do you see what I'm saying?
100%, bruv.
Do something. I think that is very important. Even archery, something.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Me and Aki, and even my older brother sometimes, we talk about, we said, not that we're saying that a man isn't a man if he's not been in a situation, but there's a special kind of respect you see a man if he's been in a situation where he is going to, how do you describe it when we talk about it commonly? If you're going to get punched or punched.
Yeah,
Like,
what are you trying to say?
That you're like,
What's the message?
the message is that I have a certain respect for certain men who've been in situations.
Yeah, who have had to experience confrontation and conflict.
Unfair because that kind of it brings out the fight or flight in you,
It's a feather in your cap. You experience something in your life,
and it's not, and
it shapes you.
and it's not desirable. No one wants to be in a situation where someone's going to harm you. So
Yeah, you don't want to be who you wouldn't voluntarily, unless you're an idiot, choose to be in a situation where you're going to hurt someone or you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
It has to fall upon you.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with it.
but
I would say, like, you know when you get leather jacket, bro?
yeah,
Brand new one.
I've had them.
Yeah. Like, a man should be the one that, a man is a worn down leather jacket.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
not a crisp one.
Not a crispy, not a worn
You know
down
Paul
one.
from Tekken.
Yeah.
Did you play Tekken?
Yeah, of course, yeah, bro.
Yeah. He used to wear a leather jacket.
Yeah,
like
that you know the one.
Yeah.
It looks better when it's worn.
It's got
doesn't
mileage on it.
It's got how do you say it, man?
Yeah, it's
weathered.
It's got story.
It's got a story, bro. No one wants bro. You need a scar on your face, bro.
100%,
Do
bro.
you understand?
Of course.
You need your nose needs to be bent a little bit,
Where's
bro.
your scar?
You want to see my scar? Yeah.
Love it.
Mine's here.
Let me see. Have you seen Lethal Weapon, bro?
No,
There's a scene when they're showing each other the scars, bro.
Yeah.
I've got one here as well.
got one here.
One there. What
Got one
else?
here, I got.
Some on my knuckles as well. bro.
Yeah. I've got some from dry skin, so even when you got the heater on for too long in your yard. We've got a massive one across here as well, but I don't want to show it to anyone. One time I'm going to have a big scrap with this bear.
Nah, we'll play it, bro. Most of these scars went up from fighting.
It was just us punching walls.
Exactly right.
But staying on the theme of like practicing men,
Right,
practicing
okay,
Muslim
go on.
men. Another issue is,
Yeah.
you're an entrepreneur. You
Yeah.
left your day job,
Yeah.
which appeared quite stable, right? You left that to start your own business, and would you say the business is going well?
Yes, it's going well.
Alhamdulillah.
Providing well?
Yeah, providing
Stable?
enough.
Yeah.
May Allah increase it and make it flourish for you.
I
Ameen.
mean. There's also a perception that a practicing man, a man of religion, shouldn't be rich.
Yeah.
Like, this person should not have drip, shouldn't wear nice things, want nice things, drive nice things, possess nice things. In fact, a religious man, it's somewhat, I don't know how it is amongst Maghrebis and Arabs, but amongst South Asians, if you're someone who's religious, big beard, you pray Salah 5 times, wealth is something that's not necessarily associated to you. And when it is associated to you, there's always question marks.
There's question marks around your
corrupt.
religiously.
You're like, you're a bit corrupt a little
Yeah.
bit.
Because if you're religious, like, you should be starving, innit?
Yeah.
I'm broke.
Starving, and a man should, like, be able to shout out to you in the streets.
Yeah.
And say don't get run over.
That's right. Yeah. You should have stains on your on your
is
like
that something
jubba.
Is that something you've ever experienced?
Yes,
Does
100%.
that exist amongst Maghrebis and stuff?
100%.
That someone who's religious shouldn't really be successfully.
I think it's Islamically a lot of the Muslim world, brother. Actually, I was shouted at by using that word from my last guest on the podcast. So don't use the word Muslim world.
Why?
Because it's a crusader one.
No,
that's what he said. But he said use the Muslim countries, bro. Don't say Muslim world.
Oh, I'll give you about Muslim majority.
Muslim majority. Yeah.
Muslim majority.
So he said. I tell you what. I struggled with it when I first started practicing. When I say practice, I mean when I took my religion as myself and not my father's religion.
100%.
And I know it sounds a bit weird.
I think that's fantastic.
Sometimes you have to own it, right?
Yeah.
You're born in a Muslim family. You got to own.
No, I love that, brother.
Yeah.
You worded that perfectly.
So as a teenager, and like I couldn't marry the two together, bro. I just couldn't. I don't know why. Don't get even though we know about Uthman bin Affan, Amr bin As, all these people who are
wealthy,
billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but recently, I kind of came to like an epiphany. Me and Khalid talk about this all the time, bro. Yeah. And I see now that money is a tool. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Mm-hmm. Same way like a screwdriver is a drill. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I have an opportunity to use this tool to better not just my life, but other people's lives. Mm-hmm. Do you get me? Mm-hmm. And not just giving charity, because there's this whole thing about giving. Yeah, giving charity is one thing, but what does money bring? It brings power, it brings opportunity, and for me, that's how I like to use my wealth. In the sense of, and also from the flip side now, is when I was younger, my thing was as soon as I got money, I wanted to buy drip. Wallahi, bruv. Like for me, especially amongst the North African culture, we like to dress, bruv.
Come on.
We like it, bruv. We like, bruv. If you go to Algeria, it's like you're running through a Lacoste store.
Lovely.
Bro, when we landed in Morocco,
me
and I were just looking at the brothers, we're like, yo.
They love flossing.
They love flossers,
bro. They love it.
Yeah.
You'd think that these are Moroccans in
They're
Down
all unemployed, bruv. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, bruv. Go to Finsbury Park and you see it, bruv. You think, right, these guys are, they're dressed well, yeah. So that was kind of like, see now blood in it. Do you get me? But then I realized myself. I said, you know what? Like this is just recent. I realized that my property actually has power over me now. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So the more expensive things that I have, the more I lose my power. And I'll give you an example. Yeah. If I had a really nice car, yeah. Unless I'm paying cash for it and I've got enough money, yeah, you're going to do like, there's these interest-free things that you can get, yeah? Now if I do that, then I have to work to pay for that car.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, to afford it.
To afford it, right? Like if I remove that pressure, so these things that I have, if I don't have them, that means that I can actually make better decisions, business decisions, number one. So I remember listening to Akon talked about this, yeah?
Akon music.
That's it. But he goes that, so one of his clip, he said, if you can't buy it 10 times, don't buy it. Do you see what I'm saying?
If you can't buy it 10 times, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. He goes, if you want to buy a house, if you can't buy it 10 times, don't buy it. I was like, right, you're moving different.
But that is Akon as well.
Yeah, that's Akon. But
Akon can buy a lot of things 20 times.
10 times, he's talking about to other rappers. Yeah? So, but I'm thinking, I took that and I think, okay, So, for example,
But I get what you're saying.
If you've got £5 in your account, real talk, yeah, and you're hungry, don't buy a kebab that's worth £5, isn't it?
Of course not. You'd buy
Get some tuna.
beans, kidney beans.
Yeah, or just
you
chill
need to be
out.
fasting, to be honest.
Or fast, bro. Yeah. You see what I'm saying, bro?
You need to be fasting.
Like that.
You need to be chewing on them dry things on your
but
lips.
wallah, Zach's the same, yeah. Zach's the same. We'll talk about it all the time. If I got £10 in my pocket, it's burning.
Yeah.
I have to spend that £10, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I never think, you know what, my missus is the complete opposite. Would be bankrupt if it was my missus, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like to praise her too much in public, yeah. But anyway, yeah, she's very good with money, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
You know she's good, right?
Yeah.
I had to balance it out, bro. Yeah, and that's it. Find a spouse that balances you out
100%.
in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I was like, right, man. I'm. If being poor, like, it's a disservice to our whole community as an ummah. If we live in the West and we have all these things available to us,
broke.
and you haven't done it, we're broke, bro. What? Are you lost, man?
You're spending recklessly.
Yeah.
After all the opportunity, everything
But
you have around
I've
you.
met guys, wallahi, bro, I'm not going to mention who they are, yeah, that there's brothers out there, we don't know who these guys are, that would drop 500 grand to a masjid. They've got change your life money. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, look at me.
I'm sure you have.
We've experienced this.
Do you see what I'm saying? So those
They exist.
brothers, they exist.
They exist.
And they make big moves. Yeah?
Huge move.
Yeah, so when I look at it, I think that's what I want to be. I want to be that guy and be able to, what would you even go Hajj? Bang. The mission needs a new whatever. Bang. It's not even...
Not even a thing.
I don't want to be that guy that's got a BMW and got a fat house, bruv, and I got a Submariner Rolex. Yeah, but my money is my money is here. It's not out there helping. That's what I mean by tool. So yeah, don't be broke.
No, I'm
Don't be a bum, man.
No, I'm with you on that one, man. And I guess what I'm saying is also to add to that is, you know, when you're in the field of religious work, right, whether it be da'wah or activism and stuff, there will always be a conflict of interest when it comes to if your livelihood is based on donations, yeah, because you work for a particular institute or a charity or an organization which primarily, mostly or entirely is relying on sadaqah of people, yeah, and that is your salary, I believe you will always have a problem and a conflict. And but there's another argument. There is an argument. The argument is, well, okay, well, if you want us to do full-time da'wah or full-time activism for the cause of the Muslims,
And there's a need for it.
and you're going to consume all my life for it, then how am I supposed to survive? And there is a case for that.
Of course there is.
And there is even an Islamic basis to give this person a salary. Because we know that when
Because he's doing work you can't do.
Exactly.
Others can't do. It's specialist stuff.
Because Abu Bakr, radiallahu anh, when he was the Khalifa and some people went to his house...
And he wasn't at home.
He wasn't at home. He was in the markets.
Working.
Selling.
You know when I read that?
Yeah.
That blew my mind, bro.
But listen to this.
Like, you don't realize, like, they had lives.
And not only that, when Umar ibn al-Khattab said, you know, like, people are here to, you know, address the affairs. Like, what's going on? He goes, I need to work. So they had shura and they gave him a pay rise.
Yeah.
A couple of days later, some people came to the house again and he's not at yard. Where is he? He's in the market. And he explained to Umar ibn al-Khattab that pay rise wasn't enough. I had to go back to the markets and do buying and selling. So they gave him a final pay rise, which was then adequate. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's a double-edged sword for those who are in the field of da'wah and activism or are seen as religious men. And when I do this, because literally that's how sometimes our people see religious men as. Thobe, beard, markia, my guy shouldn't be financially successful. He should be like a Zahid, you know what I mean? Just literally just making ends meet month to, you know, paycheck to paycheck. And that's not the way forward.
Or he could be a pharmacist.
Yes.
That's cool.
What do you mean?
Like if it's a practicing boy with a big beard and he's a pharmacist, that's cool.
A street pharmacist or?
No.
Oh, actual pharmacist.
Yeah, Lloyd's pharmacist.
Okay.
No, Boots one.
Okay. The way you dropped it, I thought it was like being controversial.
No.
Or a doctor. Or something like that. Those kind of...
But you know what it is? Because we don't live in a Muslim country, yeah, or
we live in the
under
West.
we live in the West. Like this, normally the state would take care of this, right?
100%.
So that situation really shouldn't exist in a Muslim country, right?
Look, in South Asia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, right? There's this perception that Maulvis and mullahs, they're the most uneducated. They are not people who went through conventional studies.
Yeah.
Because it was a resort.
It was like
sending them to the madrasah.
Plan B.
Plan B.
Plan B. Okay, so you couldn't be a professional, you couldn't be a doctor, you couldn't be an accountant, you couldn't be a whatever.
You couldn't get any degree, so we're going to send you to the madrasah.
Go and learn about your religion.
Go and learn about your religion.
And charge man for Quran.
Yeah.
Right.
And so therefore this person now, and I'm telling you, there's hundreds and thousands of men in South Asia, in the Indian subcontinent, that are like this, bro. That basically going to the madrasah and becoming a hafiz of Quran or something like this, it was just like a plan B or C, and you're just seen by the society.
It's here as well, man.
Yeah, you're just seen as someone who's just supposed to just survive, just about.
Miskin.
Yeah. But as soon as you do start doing something, there's always like, okay, like.
Oh, he's off the deen now.
Oh, he's off the deen now. It becomes like that, bro.
Yeah, I've.
So I guess what I'm trying.
100%.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, adding on to everything that you've said, is that I think practicing Muslim men need to be financially empowered. I think
definitely
for them to be successful, and to be successful the right way, because social media, which consumes a lot of our time, consumes a lot of our definitions of what is success and not success, what is failure, what is desired, right? I think Muslim men have a very unique role to actually represent that balance of being financially stable and successful, but at the same time bossing and donning their deen.
Yeah.
And I think that anything outside of that is an extreme. I know there's Muslim brothers, practicing brothers, who refuse to take gifts. I said, so what makes you big or greater than the Prophet ﷺ who you should take gifts? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you're throwing a jab, bro.
Huh? No.
You're throwing a jab.
No, I'm not even.
Because you bust that one on the phone, isn't it? WhatsApp.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is he referring to something?
No. Okay, yes, we had
some brothers, you know.
No. Wallahi, we had that combo.
Listen, be careful, you're gonna get run over, bro. Be careful, I'm joking.
On a real one, sometimes we do it to ourselves.
Yeah,
we do it to ourselves. The Prophet ﷺ accepted gifts.
Look, the deen instructs us to be the best at whatever you do. So if what you're doing just so happens to earn you money, and you're the best at it, and you're very good at it, and you excel at it, you're going to make, inshallah, a lot of money, more money. There's nothing wrong in that. You know, money is just money. It's what you do with it.
There's two brothers that grew up with us in Hackney, yeah? They went to Medina, studied in Medina. I don't want to mention their name just in case they don't want thing, but I hold them in very high esteem. Any religious affairs, I call them up. They give us, advice and stuff. And they run a masjid in Hackney. And I want them to be rich, bro. What I mean by rich, I mean I want them only to think about that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I don't want you to be, like you said, in the market selling whatever you have to be selling, They should only, and I always speak to them, I say, well, like, any support you need from us, you have to just ask, and we'll give it to you. And we think that, I don't feel, as much, the more support that we give is not enough. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because it's like having a doctor. When you see a doctor, like, if you think about it, someone who studied in Medina or any Azhar, wherever it is, and dedicate 10, 15 years of their life, that's like being a doctor, bro.
Basically,
I'm an expert.
An expert in something, Like if you like, for example, you look at Firas, bro. He's done all that, He's an expert.
He's an expert.
Look at the station he gets. People, they're getting called out, being given, doing seminars, doing all this type of stuff. But someone who is really, really, genuinely good. Mashallah, these brothers, mashallah, very, very good brothers. Love the deen, and we should support them, man. 100%. It's very important, bro, because they're the pillars of our community. And when there's a big problem, there's massive, huge problems in our community that needs to be solved, bro. And who's going to do it? Do you see what I'm saying? But I wanted to ask you something,
Go on.
Oh my God, it kind of... So, me and Amir, when we were kind of... Like, we have this thing that we always say to each other,
By the way, for our viewers and listeners, when Brother Yahiaoui is referring to Amir, he's talking to Dr. Amir Islami of is it Legion's gym?
Legion Grappling Academy, And also he's also an actual doctor as well.
Yes, an actual doctor.
If you want to like check the podcast. He's got a few episodes.
Yeah, of course.
Find out a lot about him anyway.
Yeah.
But he always used to say to me, subhanAllah, like when I first met him, like Dr. M is about a few years older than me, yeah. So his reputation preceded him. He went to the same secondary school as me, yeah. And if anyone knows this area, Homan School, it was one of the worst schools in London, bruv, if not in the UK, yeah. And he came out and became a doctor, bruv. He went to Hackney Community College and then went to King's College, I think King's College, and became, anyway, it's in the podcast, I can't remember, and became a doctor, bruv. Now, for someone who went to that school, that blows my mind, bruv.
That wasn't supposed to be the normal trajectory, was it?
Impossible.
Of course not.
Wallahi, it was mad, bruv. The school was crazy. We had one toilet between 900 students. When I say toilet, bro, I mean toilet seat, yeah? Toilet.
Yeah.
Not a toilet room.
Not a room with many stalls. It was one.
Single toilet.
Single toilet, because they kept
With
on
900
weed.
man using it.
Yeah. Because they kept on smoking. That's just one thing. We've never went on trips. Funding was low. They actually...
Never went on trips.
Never went. Oh, actually worked.
Just grappling with life on the
just
daily.
big time, bro. Big time. It was like we used to get patted down before we went to school.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like that, bro. Yeah. So for me to see, so anyway, like when I met him, like I met him again later on at the gym, and then we became business partners. One thing that won me over, yeah, he said to me, he looked me dead in the eye, yeah, and he said to me, Muhammad, I want to make the best wrestling club in the world. It wasn't hyperbole, and he meant it, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He looked me dead in the eye, and I was like, you know what? I haven't met someone like this before, bro. Like I've met other people, like, but from cut from the cloth that I was cut from. But single mother, like, mashallah, he's got bare brother, big family. Like his mom was struggling, bro. His mom, mashallah, is a doctor. She's a therapist. She's done that all of her own back. Allah back. Amazing story, yeah. So, and he used to always say to me, look, why can't we be the best looking, the strongest, the healthiest, the smartest, the richest, the humblest, all this? Why? Do you understand? Why not?
What's stopping us?
We are afraid to ask why not. That's our problem. Our problem is not that we don't have the opportunity.
Or that we can't.
Or that we can't. We say, we think that, we always think first, I can't do that because of this and this.
We put our own barriers.
Exactly. But why don't you just ask why not? Why can't I do that?
You spot on, bro.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you, bro? 100%. That's it. So and until you remove that barrier, you're always going to be stuck in that same hole, bro.
Bringing the podcast to an actual close now. What's the future for Grappling Life podcast?
The reason why I started this in the first place, I mean, I was speaking to Zach, Imran, and Amir, Khalid, my missus, my kids, yeah? And I was looking at content online, yeah? And I saw that Muslims existed in certain areas. So you have da'wah content, yeah? Then you have wasteman content, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Straight up, yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Straight wasteman content, bruv. You have husband and wife content, which...
Yeah.
Yeah? What else you got? You got
journey contents, husband and wife journey contents.
Yeah. I don't care, blood.
Let me. I need to make something clear.
Look at our kitchen content.
Look, you've got me started. Shall we? Listen, my dear brothers, I don't care how hench or strong you are. If you're making TikTok videos with your wives,
you're a waste man, bro.
Yeah. Look at the kettlebell thrust routine that I do with my missus.
I can't. I don't care. I don't care how big your biceps are. I don't care if you do 300 press-ups. If you're making them TikTok videos like this, it's not happening.
I am pointing to tough stuff.
Forget about
How wet do you look, bruv? Do you get me?
Mime into stupid tracks.
There's certain things that happen behind closed doors between a husband and wife. Say, for example...
Don't flaunt your women.
Don't
do it. It's wrong.
Don't flaunt yourself like that as well, to be honest. Just stop being stupid.
But always, we can... in that narrative, we can only exist as a waste man.
Of course.
You can't be like a strong
As soon as you enter it, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Look, you mentioned it just once.
Sorry,
and it's hurting my head straight away.
So I saw all of that, and I was like, I was doing this, complaining. Yeah. Then I was like, bro, let me just do something about it. Like, what can I do? And the thing is, it's not just the show. I was like, if I do something, maybe it will inspire someone else to do something else who wouldn't necessarily been susceptible to do something like this. Do you understand? So I thought, okay, we have me, Khalid, Amir, everyone, we all have conversations, yeah? I thought, how can we bring those conversations into this kind of environment? But I didn't want it to be an Islamic podcast, yeah?
You want it to be like a real podcast.
I want it to be a podcast which just so happens to be run by Muslims. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? A true representation of the people that we interact with. Do you understand? I have non-Muslims and Muslims. I don't care. Yeah? But I have red lines, bro. I'm not going to talk about certain things on the podcast. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to disrespect myself by talking about certain things that are controversial and I have no idea about. Do you understand? I'm only going to talk about the experiences that I have. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and... I don't care if one person watches it or 1 million people watches it. Wallahi, I don't care. If I run this for 10 years and only 3 people watch it, I don't give a damn. Yeah? So, because I'll listen to Joe Rogan, yeah? And love him. This is one of the reasons why I started it as well. I was listening to Joe Rogan. I like his shows, some of them, yeah? But I kept on feeling like, why are you chatting like that, bruv? Especially when it comes to Muslim thing. Because a podcast, when you listen to it, you feel like you're in the room.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
And he has Sam Harris and Majid Nawaz and these kind of...
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, nah, bruv. I'm not the one.
He lost us when he did that.
Yeah, I'm not the one, bruv.
He switches as well when he gets to certain topics. He changes his vibe. He changes.
He does, but it's like firstly, bruv, like you're bringing, like, it doesn't make sense. You if you want to talk about COVID, for example, you go bring someone who
a virologist,
right?
Yeah.
You talk about Islam, you go bring someone that's opposing that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine, but bring someone
who advocates for it.
Yeah, bruv.
Who's mainstream.
But then I was like my dad says, like my dad's always like this thing. He's like in my veins, bro. Subhanallah, bro. Yeah. I don't need no one to chat for me, bro. I don't need your platform. I don't need your platform, bruv. Like, why am I going to you? You don't care about me, bruv. So why am I even... Do you see what I'm saying? 100%. Like, sometimes when you... Like, I know we've had this conversation about the whole Ukraine refugee, but we know they don't like us, bruv. We know that blue-eyed blonde...
Yeah.
You know
blue-eyed
what?
Blonde,
That's it. We know this, man. We know about
white,
this.
Christian, civilized,
all that stuff. We know, because we live it, yeah? So why are we crying about it, bruv? Do you get me? We 100%. Know this, yeah? So I thought, let me try and make something that our people like. We can chill and we can chat, and I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. Like, overly pious and overly... Stuff like, it sounds really stupid, yeah? But sometimes... I feel like some people put it on for the camera, bruv. I want to be on camera and off camera exactly the same. So what you see is what you get.
Yeah, 100%.
That's basically what it was, yeah? So...
do you think you've achieved that?
I don't know, Aki, bruv. I hope so. Like, I've just tried to be myself.
What do you think of the Blood Brothers podcast?
You want honest opinion, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I first watched it, like, it inspired me. It inspired me, bro.
Go on.
Wallahi, I'm not... Look. Wallahi, I'll tell you exactly how it was, yeah?
Go on, tell us.
Because there's other podcasts that I watched, which I told you which ones are like.
Yeah.
I watched like a few episodes and I was like, nah, bruv. Nah. I'm only watching it for solidarity. I'm not watching it because I enjoy it, yeah? Then I watched your one. Like, I've seen you like body people on GMTV, yeah? And I was like, I kind of I like the cut of this guy's jib, innit? Do you get me? I like that he just bodies man's, bro. And then I saw the first episode, I was like, right, he's just being himself. Do you understand? And I was like, right. So what you did for me, I want to do for someone else. So you kind of were just yourself.
Has to be that way.
You weren't like, I don't want to start making you want a caricature of what people think a practicing person should be.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Of course.
It can't
Caricatures of something.
It's hard to maintain as well, being fake.
Yeah. It's like those morning TV radio. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to you know, like that. That's not real. That's not a real person, bro. That's just a character, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when I saw it, then you bring in, like with every podcast, yeah. You just admitted that you don't watch the podcast, innit? You just admit it. You don't watch.
I don't watch.
No, you don't watch our podcast. I know you.
I watch clips.
No, don't even try it, bro. You haven't watched one whole episode, have you?
I don't watch one whole episode of any podcast. You can't hold me responsible for this, Yahiaoui.
Real talk. It's hard to watch one full
hard.
episode of anything.
I watched the whole episode of you, bruv. A few whole episodes, bro.
But that's because you might have podcast listeners. Well,
It's nothing personal. Wallah, it's never from
I'm
personal.
taking it personal.
My dear, but let me tell you, one of the greatest things that I've ever watched is Dr. Amir's breakdown of when that guy got rushed by the Indian women. Tell me that was one of the best things in the internet.
But you know what? You made a point. Yeah. So, like, wallah, I'm pulling your leg.
No, but I'm serious.
Wallah,
And I hate listening to my own voice.
Wallah, I'm pulling your leg.
And you know, quickly, just want to clarify.
Dilly screws at me all the time, you know that. He screws at me. He's like, you don't give a shit about the podcast.
I always flip out because you don't care about me. You just turn up with
Don't
one.
want-
But you just turn up one episode, you don't turn up another. What's going on, Aki, bro?
I like creeping up on man. I like surprising
Because
people.
you know what I like about, have you noticed in this podcast what they do? Aki, this is Aki. So what are you trying to say, bro?
Yeah.
I love that, bro, when he does that. So speak your truth, bro. What are you trying to say?
Look, the thing is,
We need that.
I've only ever had one podcast,
Yeah,
and
go
that's
on.
the serial podcast of Adnan
Yeah,
Said.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, a few little clips here
Yeah.
and there when Faraz was on. Other than that,
Yeah.
some people need to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm going to
What
work.
do you listen when you're working out, bro?
Huh? I don't.
You just like
Nothing.
I'm just.
That's what.
We just hear the bell.
Just
Okay,
I
right.
can't.
I couldn't sit there and watch a podcast. That's mad. That's too much. But it brings me up to this point here. Yeah. So that's why clips are so important, man.
Yeah, clips are so important.
Like we're trying to ramp up. Okay. So what we're trying to do is, have you heard of Vlad TV, bro?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot. I mean, love him or hate him. He's
He is what he
whatever
is.
in it. Some decent content sometimes. Yeah. But he made a promise to me. He wanted to release clips every single day for a year, and that made his channel go like this, bro. So his thing is make a long form and then cut it up. So
100%.
I think that's what our strategy, inshallah, after Ramadan is.
Dr.
and try
Amir's
and-
that tafsir of that breakdown.
That was-
It was one of the best things I've ever seen.
I've watched it a few times, bro.
It's fantastic.
And the way he's cracking up as well
It's brilliant.
It's wicked. It's one of the best things ever.
We've got an unreleased podcast that we've
Yeah.
done, yeah. We're gonna have to delete it, bro, just in case.
It's
But,
wicked. Watch where she's going to pull her leg and turn her leg over there. Okay, that she's got.
Attack,
Yeah, there we go. Look, she's going to take in the back now.
But listen, Yahiaoui,
Jazakallah khairan,
it was
bro.
an absolute pleasure having you on, my brother. If there's anything we said to hurt or offend you, forgive us.
No, you're in Hackney now, bro. So
Yeah.
you all know about it.
Yeah.
I know, man, from Hackney who
Yeah,
Hackneys.
we're not in Bedford,
Yeah.
but I've got to watch my P's and Q's because
Yeah,
I'm
of
looking
course.
to come down to your end.
No,
innit?
of course.
You're welcome there always.
You're welcome there, you, your family, and everyone, bro.
Barakallah.
Zoo, any concluding comments?
No, all I said, I think a lot of the things that we discussed today were needed to be discussed, to be honest, because I think we fall into that bracket of men, Muslims, who can be misunderstood,
So,
who could be misunderstood, and you need to clarify these things.
I think
Islam should never be equated with weakness or being taken advantage of. Absolutely not. Islam gave us quwwah.
Yes.
It gave us strength. So yeah, but with that comes humbleness, and being humble and learning lessons is a massive part of being a man, massive part of being mature, massive part of knowing how to deal with situations, and sometimes those situations people have to be dealt with actually.
100%, bro.
And just to very briefly add on to that, and in no way should any of our comments or conversations that we had today with our brother Yahiaoui and with Aki and everyone should be seen as a green light in the remotest sense for arrogance or oppression or tyranny or, you know, moving about like you're something that you're not. We're not talking about that. We're talking about men having red lines, boundaries, self-respect, a self-awareness, things that you stand for, a particular code that you should have that you're willing to engage people with and being willing to be engaged on. And I think,
And truth be told, this is my final contribution, truth be told, people who know us will know we're not those men.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
what are you trying? Are you trying the barn or Mr.
So that's
Naga?
wallahi, I was waiting for this since we started.
Yeah.
I think
What you
I'm gonna
fancy?
do double whammy, bro.
Be careful though. Let me tell you, because someone did once do a double whammy,
And they were hiccuping for time.
And they were hiccuping
Listen,
for time.
listen, you're talking to me here, bro.
Okay, khair.
Yeah, okay.
And who's this person, bro?
Huh?
Who? Who is it? Call him out.
No, I can't. Shall I tell
No,
you
but
what?
who is it? Did he not air it?
No, it was Mohsin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mohsin did that. A cameraman.
Oh.
It was that cameraman who did
Did
that.
Ardads do a mad one as well?
No, I don't do that.
Nah.
I saw the way he like.
He loved it. He loved it.
He loved it, but his missus is Bengali.
Ah.
So he was jamming the pan like he was thingy, but Mohsin
But
mixed off.
Bismillah, it's up to you, my
Bismillah,
brother.
but the issue is, we've got supported. Let me at least make it.
Mr. Naga's making me hungry, to be honest.
Yeah, let me just make that for you first, yeah. So we haven't got the pan
Can I
today.
have a look at this?
Of
Bro?
course
you can.
Of course you can. Smell it, taste it.
I've looked at it on the shelf.
I got that at home, bro.
It's delicious.
have, yeah?
In my opinion, it's delicious. How do you like the smell of it?
It smells like.
It's appetizing.
Kitab, bro.
Yeah,
It sounds like what's
Sound
that?
like
It
the-
smells like PFC, bro.
Okay.
It's banging. Mr. Naga's wicked.
Right, but the thing is, Yahiaoui, you know about Shada and all these kind of
Come
fun.
on, man.
So really, I'm giving this to a Bengali.
I'm Bengali, bro.
Have you ever
Yeah.
tried this?
Yeah, of course I tried.
You've
it.
tried Mr. Naga before.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Naga.
I want you to try this.
Okay, right. It's actually burning me now, bro.
Yeah, there you go. What happened then?
Oh, really?
Oil.
Yeah. Do not
Yeah,
put
yeah.
in your eyes.
Okay.
Do not put in your eyes.
How much do I put on?
Just a quarter of that teaspoon.
Open it.
A quarter.
Yeah, if you're feeling it hot after just touching the
Oh,
oil.
That's too much, bro.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
okay.
No, show us.
This.
Half that.
Half that, my bro.
Right, you know, I'm gonna take it from the experts.
Half
Because
that.
normally you'd have rice with it.
Half
innit?
that.
Yeah, but no,
yeah.
Like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
go on.
yeah, try
Go on.
that. Try that. Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Right, get the camera. Should I look into the camera?
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Because we're gonna eat after this. I don't want your buds to be ruined.
Yeah.
So
It's delicious.
it smells like almost like pataks.
Yeah.
Product's not ready for this.
Product's not ready
It's
for
never ready for that.
Go on.
It's delicious.
This is actually made in East. It's a man from Barking who makes this.
Yeah?
Yeah, from Shazan Foods.
Is there
Mushes.
khobir?
No, I don't know.
Good one.
Bismillah.
Close that up tricky. Don't know genies coming out.
Tell us, talk us through
Get the
it.
camera here, bro. Get the
Talk us through it.
Right, you're crying.
No, not yet. No, it's alright.
It's
Is that
alright.
right, yeah?
Because it's pickled naga.
Yeah.
It's pickled.
Yeah. It's alright. It's hot. Don't get me wrong. Don't get
But
twisted.
it's open up now.
Do you want me to not drink it, bro?
No, do it. No.
Drink it.
Yeah, no, it's
I'll
not.
do it, bro. I'll not drink this.
No.
Sure.
Do whatever you desire, my
Why
brother.
you
Red lights,
look at me?
bro.
Why, yeah, look at
I'm
me.
a bad man. We're going to talk about manhood.
Yeah.
You know what?
So pull out the tablespoon.
Bring your partner out,
No.
bro.
Why are you blinking so much?
Keep out of here, bro.
Why are you blinking so much? Listen.
Where's the pan, bro?
The pawn's is the thing. Go on then, try this.
Well, you want to... Well, you're being stush, bro.
Why left the pawn in the car? Have somebody just give me your hands.
As in this, yeah.
Give me some of your hands.
Yeah, what's this? Put the whole thing in there, bro. Stick it in there.
Don't say that, man. But we're eating after this podcast. It's gonna mash up your. It's gonna mash up your
Hey,
buds.
get the camera on me, bro.
Bismillah, khayla.
Khayla.
I know, yeah.
Kitab, yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Go, you that.
Yeah, you got the style. You know the style, innit? Yeah. He's about to drop some big lessons now.
Ami. Khoradi.
This is, I love it.
Bawadi. Dainadi.
Dainedi,
Ufer.
Shamne.
Shamne. Shafta Shamna.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, come on,
That's
all of
a
that.
lot for
Is
Nigeria.
it Shafta Shamna?
Shafta Shamne.
That goes really straight.
I don't know.
Shida, innit? Shida is straight.
What's Shafta Shamna then?
Shamne means
Shamne
in front.
means- Shamne means in front.
Sorry.
Next week, Shamno Shafta.
Shamno Shafta
Oh,
means next week.
Shamne
Yes.
Shafta, yeah, next week.
100%.
Mata Shesh.
Mata Shesh.
Finish.
Oh, Mata Shesh, bro.
Yeah.
What else? Mata Shesh. Marmo.
Marmo,
That's
yeah.
Right.
standard.
Marmo.
That means that I'm gonna hit you.
Bro,
Yeah.
Are you sure? Like these are like parental bars.
Yeah.
So are you parenting these offenders or
I'm
something?
telling you, bro. I had to learn it, bro. I had to learn well.
One more teaspoon of this and bare lingo's gonna come out even
Bruv,
more
I'm
naturally. It's
telling
gonna
you,
trigger.
I'm gonna-
Those synapses are gonna open up.
And I'm gonna, you know that squatting thing that the Bengalis do when they're having a cigarette
Yeah, sitting down.
with the boost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Right, let me try to think about more cultural Bengali
69p
things,
boost.
Okay, listen.
yeah? And what's that little wire thing that you sit on?
What, that little stool?
Yeah.
What do you call
They
it?
call it tool.
Tool.
Yeah, the seat, the
Yeah, the
seat.
weaving one,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's it called, man?
Forgot.
It's literally called
Hold
tool.
on, that's it. There you go.
And carrom board.
You carrom board.
Yeah, carrom board.
Yeah. And BD.
BD, yeah.
All right, listen. You're gonna get us written off.
Sorry.
Brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed this podcast.
We certainly did.
Subscribe to the 5 Pillars YouTube channel. Subscribe to all our channels. Leave a comment, like this video, share it. And of course, as I already mentioned, hop over to the Grappling with Life podcast. Check their channel out. Subscribe to them. Show them some love. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Blood Brothers Podcast, a 5 Pillars production.